have a flying dream? I have.
We took off from Cape Canaveral, April 11th, 1970, at 13:13 Central Standard Time. Right there, I should have known something was going to happen.
Hi, I'm Sean D. Tucker, and welcome to my office.
Entrepreneur in my mind is someone who has a dream or an idea and has such focus that no matter what the obstacles are, they press ahead and make it happen.
My name is Jerry Lips, and I've been privileged to open the awards each year since the beginning. The Living Legends of Aviation organization was founded on December 17th, 2003, precisely 100 years after that historic morning on Kill Devil Hill at Kitty Hawk. The purpose of the Legends organization is to recognize and honor significant achievements during aviation's second 100 years.
As the ambassador of aviation, I am thrilled to welcome you to tonight's 8th Annual Living Legends of Aviation Awards. And to introduce our new inductee is the 2005 recipient of the Lifetime Aviation Entrepreneur Award, Stephen Udvar-Hazy.
He grew up as an accountant in the finance area and went to work for a little company that was building snowmobiles. He had no idea that one day they'll be the largest manufacturer of executive jets, corporate jets.
With great pleasure, I would like to introduce Laurent Baudouin, Chairman of the Board of Bombardier. Laurent, come on up.
I welcome you as the 70th inductee.
Thank you. Welcome. So the title of Living Legend of Aviation seems to be a bit of a large heart for me to wear. I'm certainly passionate about planes, and maybe the title of Living the Experience of Aviation would suit me better.
It's an honor tonight to introduce Harrison Ford. In the audience tonight are people who are passionate about flying. You've come from all over the United States. A few years ago, I didn't know Harrison. I knew of him, but didn't know him. But as a result of aviation, we've all got to know him. Harrison's an individual that has made a difference on behalf of aviation.
Last year I wanted to be here to present this award to Jeff Puckett, who yeah. Jeff's a passionate pilot, and he's passionate about sharing his passion with others in a very special way.
Real quick, it's about encouragement, and I just wanted to, I'm going to butcher the Bible real quick. Luke 12:48 talks about those who have been blessed and who have been given much are required to give back. So I'm trying to just kind of follow the directions. So I hope that all you folks can find your helicopter and give back. But thank you so much.
And so there's this old connection between myself and Pat Epps. But the new connection is established by what Pat Epps has done for aviation in his community over the years. And he has shown a remarkable generosity to share his interest and passion for aviation.
We all have our heroes. Mine are Lindbergh, Doolittle, and Bob Hoover.
And Clay Jones has been part of the aviation community for over 3 decades. He served our country as a fighter pilot, and he served our industry as an advocate.
In business jets or in turboprops, you can get systems on board with a heads-up display and a low-light infrared camera and be able to see through the weather. That's the future of aviation. That's been pioneered by Clay Jones and the vision that he has for where we're going.
Let me just say it is a great honor for me to be able to present this award to Clay as the Aviation Industry Leader of the Year.
I was involved in something special, something that was important, something that changed people's lives. I have had the extraordinary privilege to have had that experience twice. The first when I was in the United States Air Force as an officer defending my country, and the second as a leader of 20,000 people at Rockwell Collins who are so talented and so committed to making life safe for you when you travel and to fulfilling the aspirations and missions of our soldiers who are serving overseas. What a great privilege that is. And so I would like to dedicate this award to all of those people that made it possible for me to do that. So thank you for this, and let the dream live on. Thank you.
That we have a passionate advocate that takes every single opportunity that she has to be able to tell people that her office is at 40,000 feet and that she could not run that business empire that she has without business aviation and the ability to get to each one of those companies and do hands-on leadership. You would go, that's the kind of person that is truly deserving of the Aviation Entrepreneur of the Year award.
But like so many others in this room, I have joined the ranks of those who have been seduced and romanced by flight and all it represents, the transcendence of dream to reality, the humility in the face of a higher power, and the quest for freedom.
I've been privileged to know Del for over 30 years, and I have admired his many great achievements in both aviation and in his life. Del Smith is a most deserving recipient of the Lifetime Entrepreneurial Award.
We are grateful to the Kitty Hawk Academy. We support your benevolent work. Evergreen has a science academy, and we're going to be the MIT of the West. It's the spark of the individual that moves mankind. We are helping the students realize whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve.
Very clear to all of us that certainly business and aviation can be defended, but I gotta be honest with you too, there is another side. I think we do live in the United States of America where fun is still not illegal. I like to fire up my TBM just to fly. And I think that that can be defended too. I think we can take the next step and realize that some of us fly because we're inspired to be in the air. When I leave the ground and slip the surly buns, I gotta tell you, it makes my life worth living. So for all of anybody out there who's young and thinks about flying, you don't have to connect it to business to begin with. You can do it because you love it, because you want to do it. Here's tonight's Inspirational and Patriotism Award for someone who flies, I know, because he thinks it's fun. I've just gotten to know Sean Tucker a little bit in the last year, and I think he's someone who's going to be in my life in the future because I think he's fun himself.
It is so magical to be taxiing back and you just got done performing and you see the incredible joy, the incredible exquisite joy on the people's faces, because this whole thing, this metaphor, it makes people dream, it pushes them, it hits them in the heart, and it's not because I'm doing this intricate stuff, it's because I'm flying an airplane, and it still amazes me, and I have thousands and thousands of flights. And I truly honor the privilege to have the opportunity to have the wings become my arms and to dance in the sky. And I really want to thank the people who came before me who paved the way. And because we all touch people in various ways. And what we do as airshow pilots, we share that magic with millions and millions of people every year, and it's fun. So thank you very much, and I really appreciate that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Lovell is known mainly through Apollo 13. But you know, that's really not doing the guy justice. lead top Navy test pilot selected for the second group of Apollo astronauts. Probably the most qualified of the three groups. I was in the third, so I can say that with humility.
I was asked to be brief. Actually, what they really said was, you can only talk for as long as Flight 1549 lasted. Captain Lovell is someone I have admired and respected for over 40 years. He has had an amazing, illustrious career. His accomplishments are so great and so numerous. While I was very honored to be asked to present to him, I was a bit surprised. I wondered what we could possibly have in common. But I finally discovered that there is one thing. You see, we both landed in the water. He proved that he is the epitome of the traits and qualities in that old fighter-pilot dictum. That no matter what happens, no matter how bad it gets, always manage to sound good on the radio.
Sully, thank you for that very impromptu recognition, but the one difference between us, I had a parachute. The flight itself was not just another flight, adventure flight to the moon. It was really a classic case of crisis management. It was a case where good teamwork and leadership and initiative put everything together to turn an almost certain catastrophe into a successful recovery. And so I have to congratulate all those people in the aerospace industry who worked hard that finally came up into making our Apollo program successful.
Frank Robinson is truly a genius in the helicopter world, and his company has delivered more helicopters than any other manufacturer in the world, more than 8,000 in total. And I can't think of anyone who deserves the award more for the lifetime aviation engineering.
Very, very nice, and I really, really appreciate it. Thank you very, very much.
He's voted the way each of us as American citizens would like to see a representation of what we think. Sam Johnson, are you right here close by? Here's a real hero, ladies and gentlemen, and a longtime friend of mine.
He decided that the F-100 was the first airplane that could fly supersonic straight and level, and by God, the Thunderbirds ought to be flying supersonic. So we did. I opened the show with a supersonic boom. And I stopped it about a year later when Rumsfeld decided, after I broke all the windows in Charleston, South Carolina, that we shouldn't do that anymore. That's still a good way to open an air show, though. Let me tell you. Bob Hoover's one of the greats. I appreciate you all letting me be with you tonight. And let me tell you, I'm fighting for aviation in the U.S. Congress. God bless you.
And I said, well, Jerry, what do you want me to do? He said, just be yourself. Well, I'm trying to find out who the hell I am. That's why I can't do it. Would you see these remarkable engineers and remarkable war heroes and remarkable people like the congressman here, and they're all funnier than you are. They're more successful. They're taller. You realize you really don't have much left to lie on. So you say, well, thank God I got maybe 100 films done. Some of them I'd like to forget. So I leave here tonight without any ego left at all. How sad for an actor.
Remember the three best words in the English language. That's right. God bless America, and we'll see you next year. Thank you very much.